Right, so this is another Thrill of a Fight 2 video, and I want to talk on about the cheat which has been exposed by another channel, and it's exposed it so that you can use it on other people. Plus, he wants to saturate the problem all the way through the game so the developers have no choice but to get rid of it. So the way the game currently works is that they want you to have good form, so they want you to put your hip into your hip into the punches, so it wants you to like jab like that, so putting your hip into it. Now when you do put your hip into it, say I throw a cross now, my left hand comes back. So that's how they're figuring out how you're putting your hip into it, because it can't actually track your hips. So while it's doing it's asking, has he moved his left hand further back? And if the answer to that question is yes, then they're assuming that you've put your hip into it. Now, what people have done, they've figured out, yeah, I am on the current damage system. They figured out if you get your arms like this and it's like you're holding a stick, and if you swing it like that, then the coding in the game will state that you've put your hips into it. So you will start getting really high numbers, and I've got 70 and 75 and 80 on this, but I'm usually getting around 55 to 60. So, and consistently so 62, 60, 61, I missed that one, 66, alright, I missed that, 71. So that's what's going on, and that's why it's taking only a few hits for people to knock you down, because they're just constantly throwing that, and they've got the analog stick as well, and they're just pushing forward on that and just swinging their arms like this in that manner, and that's how it's working. But the only problem with this is that if we switch to the new damage system and we do the same thing, look, we're still getting high numbers. Maybe not as high as what they was. And I just throw a normal hook, so I will dip my hip. So I'm still getting higher numbers than a normal hook. So this new damage system, which they're going to be introducing, is not really going to get rid of a problem. And if I dip my hip in, it takes a lot longer to do that. It takes a lot longer for me to go. I have got some numbers which have been really high when I dip my hip in, but that's roughly what I'm getting, like 40 damage all the time. And I can get higher numbers by just doing this. Look, clear to see. So it doesn't look like this new damage system which they're introducing is going to get rid of that problem, and the problem's just going to remain. I don't know if there's anything else that I need to add, really. No, that's it. And one of the problems is as well with dipping your hip in, actually going, it's very hard to do when you've just got someone doing this, and you've got to worry about getting these haymakers to your head. It's very hard to then actually put your hip in and actually punch like that. I think this new damage system is probably going to make it better by making your punches a lot harder, but it's not going to get rid of that problem. So, the problem is spamming, I should say. So, we're saying that, sayonara.